Just 2 years ago, my family and I came to this beach right here. Or should I say, right here. Because just 2 years ago, the shoreline was all the way out here. It's issues like these that make kids care about the environment and want to enact change. The problem is, oftentimes, it's hard to access the education required to enact change.
The EPA completely blocking traffic on the I-495.
My name's Arnav Jain.
My name is Jonah Park, and we are the founders of Root.
Root is an app aimed at teaching environmental science through bite-sized lessons combined with a gamified interface to make learning both fun and impactful.
With our app, kids from grades 3 to 8 complete structured lessons to gain coins, which are then used to take care of their in-game plants.
The lessons are structured around an original curriculum, which combines foundational knowledge with more relevant topics.
Once a user logs in, they'll be greeted by their dashboard, which houses their plant and its current stats. Additionally, it'll show their coins, which they can spend to take care of their plant. On the left, we have the Learn page, which displays the user's current unit, which is divided into articles, videos, diagrams, and quizzes. At the top, you'll see the user's upcoming lesson, which in this case is an article. Additionally, the user will periodically be tested on their knowledge using the quizzes. Back at the dashboard, the user can spend their hard-earned coins to take care of their plant. For instance, by clicking on the food icon, they'll be taken to a page where they can purchase food, which they can use to reduce their plant's hunger. On the right, we have the Explore page, in which users can both create and join events in their local environments. Their feed displays upcoming and nearby events related to the environment, and they can create an event by clicking on the top right, which takes them to a form.
Using the coding language Flutter, we can service both iOS and Android users. We store all the user, pet, and lesson data in Google Firebase, which can be retrieved in real time using the Firebase Management API. For example, in our lessons, we use the API and the Flutter HTML display plugin to display articles from the database in our own format. Let's look at an example of how data is stored. The pet class is in a collection that houses general information for the species, such as the pet's images and description. The stats of a user's pet, however, are stored in a sub-collection of the user document.
We have many plans for the app's future.
First, to address the over-politicization of the environment, we are creating a page in the app where users can submit writing pieces on a controversial environmental topic. Then, arguments from both sides of the topic will be published to help users find a middle ground on these polarized issues.
Additionally, we are currently working with teachers to create better classroom integration, including a portal that allows teachers to track their class's progress, access lesson plans that align with the app's curriculum, and host competitions within their classrooms.
Thank you for listening to our story, and look out for the official release of Root on the App Store.